Welcome back, everybody. This is Mr. Lowe again. We're continuing with topic 13, writing and interpreting numerical expressions. And once again, we are working on lesson 13.2, which is evaluate expressions. Evaluate simply means solve, and we're going to solve these expressions using our order of operations. So we look at our I can statement. It says I can evaluate expressions, parentheses, with parentheses, brackets, and braces. We'll talk a little bit more about what these are in just one second. So let's go take a look at our order of operations. And for order of operations, if you remember, we do parentheses first, and parentheses we said look like this. Brackets, this is also a part of a parenthesis, kind of look like little squares that have a piece missing in them. And then we have these things called braces. So what this does then is it allows us to do multiple operations inside parentheses. So we'll work on that here in a little bit. E is for exponents. M and D stands for multiplication and division, left to right, whatever comes first. And A and S stands for addition and subtraction, left to right, whatever shows up first. So without further ado, we want to take a peek at some practice problems. So let's go and take a look at 13.2, Practice Buddy, and let's solve some expressions. So this one shows us use order of operations to evaluate the expression. We are going to use the order of operations. So that means we want to write down PEMDAS. And everybody should be writing this down in their notebook first. Then we're going to do problem number 1. First thing we want to do is copy that problem down. 8 times, parentheses, 6 plus 1 divided by 2. And order of operations tells me I need to solve inside my parentheses first. I need to do 6 plus 1, which is 7, and then I need to bring everything else down. 8 times 7 divided by 2. Next thing tells me that I need to do check for exponents, and I do not have any exponents. So I can skip and go on to multiplication and division. When I'm looking at multiplication and division, I see that my next problem then is a multiplication sign. That comes first. So I want to solve 8 times 7. And as I look at that, I think, well, 8 times 7, I know that that is 56. So I write down 56 below here, and I bring down my divide sign and my 2, and now I want to do 56 divided by 2. And when I do that, if I don't know that off the top of my head, I got to go over here and do long division. So that's what I'm going to do. 56 divided by 2. 2 goes into 5 twice. 2 times 2 is 4. I subtract. I get 1. I bring down my 6. 2 goes into 16 8 times. 8 times 2 is 16. That means I'm done. So I know 56 divided by 2 is 28. We've got a nice little ice cream cone approach. Now we want to go ahead and fill in our answers. So if I solve this 8 or 6 plus 1, I know that 6 plus 1 is 7. And when I solved 8 times 7, I got 56. And 56 divided by 2 is 28. So I know that that's right. We check our answer. Oh, for Pete's sakes. 8 times 7 is not 26. 8 times 7 is 56. Now we check our answer. There we go. See what happens when you try and go too fast? So let's go ahead and do problem. Well, we kind of did one like this, but this one has brackets. So let's go ahead and write this one down too. So again, you know you want to start with PEMDAS. We're going to do problem number 2, and I want to copy that problem down right there. 20 divided by brackets, parenthesis, 4 plus 1, close parenthesis, times 2 in my bracket. Basically what these brackets now are telling us is we need to solve 4 plus 1 first, whatever that is, times it by 2, and then take 20 and divide it by that answer. So we are going to solve inside out. 4 plus 1 is 5. I keep my brackets. I bring down my division sign. I bring down my 20. And now we continue to solve inside our brackets. 5 times 2 is 10. And we do 20 divided by 10, which is 2. And we're going to go check that out up here. That's going to be a 20, and I'm just getting this information right off my problem. That'll be a 5. This will still be 20. This will be a 10, and we check our answer, and voila, we got it right. So as you work through these problems today, guys, you're going to use these parentheses and the brackets and sometimes the braces. Let's see if we can find a problem that has all 3. So you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Maybe we won't have one here. There's one with decimals, so yes, you are going to have decimals on there, so you got to remember how to add, how to subtract, how to multiply, and how to divide decimals. Here's a great one. Let's solve this one. This looks really, really complicated, but it's probably not, so we're going to copy down PEMDAS. And this is going to be problem number 9, and I'm just going to copy this entire thing down in my notebook. So I have that thing right there, which is called a brace, 7 times, then I have brackets, 2 plus, then I have parentheses, 16 minus 7, close parenthesis, close my bracket, and close my brace. So I need to do all these things first, and when I'm all done with all this operation, I need to divide that by 1/2. So let's start inside my parentheses first, inside out. So we start with here, we do 16 minus 7. And as we're looking through that, and we think, okay, well, what is 16? 16 minus 7. Let's see, 16 minus 7, last time I checked, was 9. And that is correct there. So we're going to do 16. I'm going to bring this down into a 9, and then I need to copy everything down. Okay, but I'm done with my parentheses, so I don't need the parentheses anymore. So we're going to do a bracket here, a brace here, a plus sign, my 2, my other bracket, a times sign, a 7, that's a times sign, and my other brace. So now I work inside, oh, don't forget, here divide by 1/2. So now I work here. 9 plus 2 is 11, 9, 10, 11. And I do times, I want to keep my brace. And I bring a 7, and I divide that by 1/2. Oh, this pen's really not very good. Apologize for that. So, as we kind of continue to work through this problem, we want to work through and try and decide, all right, if I have 9 plus 2 is 11, now I need to do 7 times 11, which is 77. Okay, 7 times 11, which is 77. And I still need to bring down my division sign and my 1/2. And now I need to take 77, I need to divide it by 1/2. Wow, I have to remember how to divide a whole number by a fraction. Well, I know it was Kentucky Chicken Fried. That was keep. So I keep 77. I change my division sign to a multiplication sign, and I flip my fraction from 1/2 to 2/1. And now I need to figure out what 77 times 2 is. 77 times 2. Let's see, 2 times 7 is 14. 2 times 7 is 14, plus 1 is 15. My answer should be 154. And I get an excellent, which is really, really good. But I need you guys to understand, there is no way I want you doing any of this in your head. This is a fairly complex problem. The math in it is not too difficult, but the ideas in the parentheses and the brackets, there's a lot of places you can make mistakes. So please make sure that you are using your order of operations. You are going to start with practice or with Homework Buddy. Some of you are going to have an adaptive homework lesson to do. And then again, I will